Season's greetings from me, Rouvaun Smit. Thanks for joining me on A Sure Thing as we look ahead at racing on Thursday in KZN on Boxing Day or Day of Goodwill, whichever you prefer. We have 8 races on the program, and I thought I'll do this podcast nice and early so that you can watch it at your leisure, make an informed decision between now and then with all the festivities that's happening in between. 12:45 is the off of race 1 on Thursday, and I do know it's normally a meeting that many people enjoy attending, particularly those that are on holiday in Durban. The first race of the day is a maiden plate where 8 runners will face the starter at the 1200 metre mark, and of course 5 minutes before the off of race 1, which is at 12:45, so at 12:40 you need to be on with your Hollywoodbet Punted Challenge selections. In the first race, I thought number 2 Little Cracker. This horse is definitely the kind of horse that I would go for. Improved from first to second run, Matthew Thackeray retains the ride. Form line of the last race has been franked. Definitely the kind of horse that I would go for. But then I got to number 7, the Golden Gull. Rachel Vinegar running for Doug Campbell, and thought, no, I'm rather going to side with this one as my first choice selection. That was 2 decent last efforts, particularly that last one when carried over the course and distance. This time round, if Rachel has this one perfectly poised, will hit the front at the right time, pull clear, and the rest will have to chase home. Number 7, the Golden Gull, as my first choice, ahead of 2, Little Cracker. For third, I'm going with 6, Samuel Longsword, who on form can run into the money. And for fourth, I'm going with number 8, Top Gun, who's got the blinkers on. So the numbers I'm going with in race 1 are 7, 2, 6, and 8. Race 2 on the program is a middle stakes fillies and mares to be run over 1,000 metres, and a field of 8 runners will face the starter. I ummed and ahed a bit about who I'm going to go with in this race, and in the end, I decided to go with number 6, War Empress. This horse has got very, very good recent form, particularly over 1,000 metres. You'll see this horse absolutely loves the 1,000 metre trip, always where the action is, and I think the one they all have to beat in race 2. For second, I'm going with number 8, Happy Analia, who's got solid recent form, and that one I think can run into second. For third, I'm going with number 5, Hot Pearl, who was beaten in nose last time out, and I think can definitely repeat that kind of run to get into the action. And then for fourth, I'm going with 1, Vision of a Chief. Sean Veal knows this one well, and I'm throwing that one into the back end of quartet. So 6, 8, 5, and 1 are the numbers I'm going with in race number 2. Race 3 on the program is a maiden plate fillies to be run over 1,400 metres, and a field of 9 runners will contest this third race on the program. And you know what? I thought to myself, do I go with number 1, KMV Retrofit, because of the improvement shown from first to second run? But when I got to number 3, Zelda Star, I thought, I'm sold. This is going to be the horse that I'm going to side with. I think this horse will take a power of beating from barrier position 3. Craig Zaki has been churning out the winners lately, has had 2 very good runs since relocating to KZN. That last run in particular, I went to go and watch it. This horse had to ease at the 200 metre mark. Plus, in the Stipes report, it said that it lost a shoe in running, and it finished where it did. To me, I'm sold. 3, Zelda Star to win it, ahead of number 8, Madame Pompadour. If not slow, I think this one can run to fill one of the minor placings. And likewise, number 7, Roy's Grace. I think this one has what it takes to run into the money again. And then for fourth place, I'm going with number 1, KMV Retrofit. So 3, 8, 7, and 1 are the numbers I'm going with in race number 3. Fourth race of the day is a middle stakes to be run over 2,300 metres. And here I'm going to tell you one of my better bets on the day is running, and that's number 6, Johnny the Thief. If one looks at the form, won its last 2 starts over 1,900 and 2,000 metres respectively, I think we'll enjoy the step up in trip, and to me, definitely a hat-trick on the cards for number 6, Johnny the Thief. For second, I'm going with number 4, Giver's Grace. Comes in with a nice galloping weight of 53.5 kilograms. I think this one, if it stays the trip, will definitely be in the shake-up. For third, I'm going with number 1, Quantifier. Third, last time out, the blinkers are off. Chad Little rode a win on Sunday. I think definitely can bring this one into the placings. And for fourth, I'm going with number 3, Mr. Fix-It. So 6, 4, 1, and 3 are the numbers I'm going with in race number 4. Race 5 on the program is a merit-rated 84 handicap for the girls. 8 runners to contest this 1900-metre event. And in this race, I was tossing and turning about whether I'm going to go for 7, The Way to Burn, or 8, Green Light All the Way. I couldn't quite make up my mind which one of the two I want to go with, because 7, Way to Burn, is half a kilogram better off at the weights with number 8, Green Light All the Way. However, Green Light All the Way comes in with 52 kilos on its back, and I think that's probably what marginally made me side with this one. It's got cracking post-maiden form, and Cole Dickinson knows this horse well. Glenn Cotson will definitely have this one fit, and I do think with the lightweight is the one to beat, and I'm going for that one ahead of number 7, Way to Burn, who's got solid recent form. For third, I'm going with number 1, She's a Bomber. I think this one can get into the shake-up as well. Won its last 2 starts very well. And for fourth, I'm going with number 3, Mountains of the Moon. I think this one, with a drop in rating, can get involved in the shake-up. So 8, 7, 1 and 3 are the numbers I'm going with in race number 5. There are 2 feature races on the card, the first of which is race 6, the listed Flamboyant Stakes over 1600 metres. And here we have 10 runners who will contest this 1600 metre event. And here I'm looking no further than number 2, Celtic Beauty, as the one to beat. This one finished third behind Gladiatorian last time out. That form line has been franked, coupled with the fact that this one gets blinkers fitted, and I'm looking no further than 2, Celtic Beauty, to win race number 6 on the programme, ahead of 5, Safe and Sound. Winner of its last 2 over the course and distance. That one definitely must be put into all permutations. For third, I'm going with number 8, Bevis Delight. I think if staying the extra 200 is definitely one worth considering. And for fourth, I'm going with number 1, Masharina, who's getting closer and having its third run after rest. So 2, 5, 8 and 1 are the numbers I'm going with in race number 6. The second of the feature races is race 7, the listed Christmas Handicap, to be run over 1600 metres. And this was a race where I really couldn't make up my mind who I want to go with. Initially I thought maybe I should go with Sundance Kid, who's ideally course and distance suited. Then I thought maybe I should go with Mexican Pete, who's got decent form, but that was over shorter. But in the end, I decided I'm going to go with number 11, Natyam. This horse is ultra consistent, was fourth behind Gladiatorian, and I mentioned that form line earlier. It, of course, has been franked, and I do think if this one overcomes the draw, this one will be a big runner. Chad Little for Gareth Van Sale, and I'm going to give Natyam the verdict to win it. From number 2, Sundance Kid. For third, I'm going to go with number 9, Former Gear, who is ideally course and distance suited. And for fourth, I'm going with number 10, Strathclyde, who's got good recent form. So 11, 2, 9 and 10 are the numbers I'm going with in race number 7. Which takes us on to the last of the afternoon. It will be run at 16:58, 2 minutes to 5. We'll see the running of the last race on the card on Boxing Day. And here I'm going to go with number 11, Global Movement, as the horse they all have to beat. Won well last time out, was second in both course and distance attempts. That to me is good enough to win a race of this nature. I'm going for that one, ahead of 13, Jazz Festival, who won his last start over the course and distance. It's picked up a £3 penalty, hence the reason I'm siding with that one to run into second. For third, I'm going with number 9, Mr. Hot Stepper, also having third run after rest. And for fourth, I'm going with number 10, French Trip, who's got good, consistent recent form. 11, 13, 9 and 10 are the numbers I'm going with in the last on the programme. And that's it with our preview for racing at Hollywoodbets Greyville on Boxing Day, Day of Goodwill, whichever you prefer. Trust that this meeting will give you a nice boost for the coffers for the rest of the festive season. Hope you'll have an enjoyable one. From me, Rouvaun, until next time, you take care. Cheers for now.